Yeah, well, just a peek of what we can be. Offensively, looks great on paper. You know, the firepower that we have. Those guys all were really clicking.
Now this game was quite actually entertaining. It did get slow at points, but the Pistons rallied up to make a comeback as the Phoenix Suns had their bench finish out the whole game, and it really went down to the wire. Many things stood out as I watched this game, and the Phoenix Suns showcased just how dominant they can be with this new big three. Even though it was only against the Pistons, it still gives you a slight glimpse into how they will operate, and boy oh boy oh boy did they show us something. In the first quarter of this preseason game, the Phoenix Suns shot 85% from the field on 20 shots, 80% from deep on 5 shots, and 80% as well from the line on 10 free throws. The offense was flowing extremely smooth, and unlike most people would think, there wasn't a ton of ISO ball wasting the shot clock, but instead it was solid ball movement, resulting in good looks for everyone on the court. The trio of Beal, Booker, and KD was in full effect during this first quarter eruption, as Bradley Beal put up 7 points and 2 assists on 2 for 3 shooting, Devin Booker put up 9 points and 2 assists on 4 for 6 shooting, and last but certainly not least, Kevin Durant put up 10 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist, while not missing a single shot, going 3 for 3. I previously stated in a past video I made about the Suns that there would be no problem regarding who will play point guard, and during this game you could easily see that that wasn't even an issue. Quick attacks like this one will be wide open all the time, as KD can kick it up the floor to Beal, and with no real defensive presence, Brad can get right to his spot on the floor, rise up, and knock it down. Now that Beal has joined this team, it gives the Suns another relief option to go to, so KD nor Devin Booker have to really handle the ball all the time. And I already know what people are about to be saying. What about the point guard? What about CP3? He was there. Well, yeah, I can't really say you're wrong. He was someone who could take the ball handling responsibility away from these two, but his threat of scoring the ball was not as alarming as Bradley Beal's is. Like on this play right here, KD's pulled out far guarding Beal so he can't get super comfortable, or else Beal could just go score on him. So as this all happens, Booker is getting a screen from Nurkic, Thompson makes the terrible mistake of going underneath the screen, so now as Booker receives the pass, Thompson is left fighting over the top, and now D-Book can get right into that silky smooth pull-up jumper. Already you can see how the two of Beal and Booker can work off one another, so then when the defender's on the island with KD getting sniped from 3-point range, this is when the defense has a ton of problems, just wondering who should they cater the most attention to. Having 3 guys on the floor who can score the ball at all 3 levels will make this defense stretch out greatly, so it gives a shot creator like Booker plenty amount of space to set up this bump stop on a dime pull-up to put 2 points on the board. If you tuned into this game, it was like watching the big 3 take turns scoring, and on this KD ISO, Thompson can't help over far as Devin Booker is ready to let it fly, and Ivy can't help out either since Grayson Allen can pour it in from deep as well, so this leaves Durant on an island, and KD opts into a pull-up right over the top of him for the and 1. Trust me, it's going to be a really hard test to guard these 3, as you simply can't leave anyone open. That in turn means you can't double, so guys are going to have to hold their own when they're guarding either Beal, Booker, or KD. Sure, you can try and help off all you want when guys attack the basket, but let's say you get caught ball watching, with the 44% shooter and Watanabe on the court, Booker can easily zip it right out and make the defense pay. That pass came off a creation from Booker, but now with another ball handler in Gordon, we can see the 2-man game between both new guys involving him and Beal, so once Thompson reaches in for the help, Beal slides down, Asar is too late, and the 3-ball is money. You see what I mean a little bit? You really can't help out at all. Or else you're either going to get lit up from 3 or you're going to open up attack angles for guys to go drop to the basket. There's so many actions they can go to, but this one right here will be key for the Suns, as they have the option to put 2 shooters on one wing just dragging the defenders far out, and then they can work this 2-game with the big man at the top pulling his man out the paint as well, so now when KD fools the defense with his fake stunt away from the handoff, he can catch it en route to the rim, use his strength and length to his advantage to convert the bucket in close. The 3-headed snake was simply showing off out there, but alongside them showing off his value as well was Grayson Allen. When coming off this handoff, he's able to slow it down once getting cut off in the paint, Euro back over Ivy to easily float this in over the top of him. Let's say he needs to use more finesse to get the bucket, then Allen will get deep into the paint after using the screen, and once met by Wiseman in the paint, he used this clever up fake into a step through to finish this off the glass with some contact. Just flowing on a whole nother level to start this game. In the first half, the Suns shot 57% from the field and 43% from deep, but when the second half came about, they only converted 32% of their shots from the field and 35% from deep range. Yeah, it's a huge drop off, I know, and if you didn't watch the game, then you're probably wondering what happened. Well, KD, Beal, and Book all sat out for the second half of the game, and this is where you can see the struggles for the offense. Now it is preseason, so they will likely make adjustments to the rotations, but during the third, fourth, and overtime, things really didn't look that great. The second unit and maybe even some third stringers were thrown in there as well, and honestly, they couldn't get anything really going. The Pistons were attacking the rim with ease all night long, even when the big three were in there, and it got even worse when they went out. Those two things alone are huge glaring problems. Number one is, who will they look to score and set up the offense on the second unit? And number two, will the big men they have be good enough to match up with other good bigs around the league? In this Pistons game, the interior defense was looking mighty weak. So if they can't make it hard for them to score inside, then what makes you think when really good teams attack them, they'll be able to just stop it? Now me personally, do I think this will be a big problem? I'm not really that sure yet. With only one game played, it's much easier to analyze a group of guys and see if they can work well on offense. But when you're analyzing how a defense will perform, it can be a lot harder to make a decision if things will work or not. It's pretty early, so I won't harp on it too much, but it's definitely something that Suns fans should keep in mind. This game showed us a lot of things, good and bad, but through all the noise that Brad, Book, and KD was making, there were some standout guys who were quietly making their presence felt. If you guessed Grayson Allen and Watanabe, then you would be correct. Allen was solid on both ends of the floor, putting up 18 points while stuffing the stat sheet, and Watanabe looked real comfortable when getting into his shot. Both are really good additions next to the big three, so hopefully they can continue to contribute in a positive way. Now for the biggest question of them all, and I want to discuss with all of you, is who on this Phoenix Suns team should sacrifice. Now by sacrifice, I'm referring to who should take the backseat between the three of Beal, Booker, and KD. If you ask me, I think KD takes the backseat, but he stays as your main focal point. I already know what some of you are saying. How does that work? If he's your main focal point, then how could he take the back seat? Well, as we all know, KD is one of the best scorers in the NBA, and with his ability to put the ball in the bucket from wherever, whenever, while also being efficient, it generates tons of attention being catered towards him. With that being said, if they run the offense through KD, if the defense is getting cooked, then hey, we let KD keep scoring. But I think ultimately the Suns should use him to work off of, as Beal and Booker can run off screens or get involved in a two-man game with him. KD rarely struggles when he's on the court, so getting buckets for him isn't something he needs to worry about. At this point in his career and with the guys he's surrounded by, Durant should be looking to get his buckets, but also set up Devin Booker to get clean looks, as well as Bradley Beal. With his scoring versatility going up a notch every year, I believe Devin Booker will be their main priority to get open shots for, as he is truly the future of this team. Booker's been that guy that's been the focal point of this offense for years and years, and even he said it himself. He's never played with someone with the amount of gravity as KD on the court, so now when you throw in Bradley Beal out there too, it makes scoring for Booker 10 times easier. When we flip it to Bradley Beal, he's never been in a situation where he's playing with two stars like KD and D-Book. This should help him ease into his game a lot more smoothly, and now since he won't be getting doubled or heavily schemed against, Beal should now be able to flourish at the highest level possible. I'm very excited to see what this new look Suns team does, and what about you? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like before heading over to watch this Nikola Jokic analysis. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.